Remember, guys, if you enjoy the stream, make sure to press that follow button as well. And I'd really appreciate it if you check out YouTube or you sub to YouTube, because I'm really trying to focus on that as time goes on. Alright, Protoss versus Terran. Alright. I'm gonna go for the gate expand here. I don't want to wall off against Terran. That can be used against me because Terran has all ranged units, right? Alright, get my gas. Alright. I'm actually going to scout out. I should be scouting in about 1 minute, no matter what race I'm up against, what matchup. It's just a good habit to get into. If you don't understand, like, the normal builds that people do, then you can definitely benefit from scouting more regularly. I'm just going to go for the Cyber Core, then get the expansion up. And then we're going to get the second pylon. Now, pylon placements are actually really important. A lot more important than in Heart of the Swarm or Wings of Liberty. Because the pylon, not only is it used for overcharge instead of the Nexus, but it also affects your warping time. A pylon that is within range of a warp gate or a Nexus, you warp in, I believe it's 4 seconds in real time. Whereas a pylon that is all alone, like back here, that's not close to a warp gate or a Nexus, it takes 3 times as long. 3 times as long. That entire time while they're warping in, they're super vulnerable, and also they can't help you fight. So having that pylon in a timely manner, in the right spot, is important for multiple reasons. So don't underestimate how important pylons are. You don't just put them in random locations anymore. Trap and kill the SCV. Alright. I still haven't found him. He found me first, but I'm going to have the Adept ready. I have my Mothership Core ready.
Glory to the Daemon.
And I'm just going to continue making Adepts. I'm going to go for a robotics facility first. Looks like we have a Reaper here. This is not unexpected. I can actually do this special tactic here where you just chase the Reaper. I don't fear the Reaper. My ghost is more spooky. And kill him off. He should have run up to a high ground area or something along those lines in order to avoid it. Like, if you run up to the high ground and then run down right as the shade comes up, you can be in a good spot. But I'm just doing I'm going to go for a little bit of an attack with this Adept. And gonna send the shade up to the high ground. Cancel. You can cancel the shade. Remember that. That's important. That helps you have a lot more utility. I'm using hold position to make sure my shade doesn't go through too far. Don't want to lose the Adept. It'd be okay if I did, because I just denied hundreds of minerals there. Yeah, we're just gonna cancel the shade. Sometimes players will chase it. So sometimes you can bait them away from you like that, but there you go. Now, I'm going to get an Observer. I'm going to go ahead and get a Warp Prism as well. Get the Forge. And right now, I'm just going to be looking. I've already secured myself a bit of a lead just through killing that Mule and keeping him on his toes. Like, he made a bunker. He's definitely not that comfortable with the situation. I gotta avoid taking damage to things like maybe this impending Widowmine drop. I'm not sure he's gonna have it yet. I already have... Oh, am I getting another Forge? I already made a Forge. But we saw a factory, a starport, and that could be a lot of different things. I'm keeping the Observer at home until I can make another one. I'm just going to do a slight Adept harass here. And remember, the pickup range of the Warp Prism is pretty damn far. This Adept is in case he does a direct attack. I'm just going to go for a Robo Bay while I go for my upgrades. And the War Prism gives me that map control. Oh, he's got a Banshee. That's definitely new. That's unexpected. But the Banshee's not going to be able to deal with the War Prism that well. But this is. That was very close. If I had taken one more hit there, it could have been real bad. Yeah, notice these pylons are so far away that they don't actually become super pylons. So, a Banshee is definitely one of the more surprising choices on what tech he's going for. But with the power of pylons, and because I know if he's going for a Banshee, he's not going for some super heavy early bio attack, so I should be able to defend additional bases. I'm actually going to go ahead and get a couple Disruptors, and then I'm going to go for Colossi. The Disruptors are while I'm waiting for Colossi upgrades like Extended Thermal Lance, but all I need to do, well, I want to try to confirm that he's going for bio, and that's a yes right there. That was weird. Oh, he switched it over after the first Banshee. The first Banshee was the only Banshee, actually. But I'm going to go ahead and get Extended Thermal Lance. I can get a couple Disruptors while they are building. But overall, it looks like he's just going into a normal bio composition. Medivacs. Medivacs. We got... What am I trying to say? Medivacs, Marines, and Marauders. Eventually his objective will be to get Liberators. So my objective is to put together the best unit composition for dealing with that before it happens. So that is currently what we're doing. I have my third base significantly quicker, as most Protoss do in Legacy of the Void. And right now, I want to try to put together the best army composition before he has a meaningful amount of Liberators. And if he doesn't have 3 bases, it's going to be difficult for him to have extra in the way of starports. Yeah, I've got Blink on the way. The Blink is used to kill the Liberators later on, and also kill the Medivacs early. I'm going to have the first Colossi. I'm going to continue making Colossi for a while here. We see this. Well, in position. He has no upgrades as well, so that is another advantage I have. I don't have the Collector's Edition on this account, so I don't have the super cool Colossi, unfortunately. I'm going to have just a couple Stalkers split off to deal with that Banshee. He's got his third base, but at this point, I think I can do a timing with 3 Colossi and Extended Thermal Lance, I think. Looks like he's actually ready to do an attack. He might just attack into me. I would not be surprised. I finished Extended Thermal Lance. I want to make sure... No. It's important to have vision at all times. So I'm going to have a Hallucinated Phoenix in position to see if he decides to try to drop me instead of just attacking directly. But it looks like... Oh, he's got a tank. But if I have... What am I trying to say? Alright, we're going to use the Disruptor for Disruptor-based activities. And then we have the Extended Thermal Lance here. So he has a tank, but that's not that great in this scenario. He has 2 tanks, actually, but I should be able to push my way through here. And no reason not to pursue him towards the other side of the map. If I haven't really lost anything of substance, no reason not to. Before I do this, I just want to make sure I have everything I need. I'm going to get the Templar Archives. I'm going to bring all my units together. I'm going to get another base. I'm going to make sure I have my upgrades. These are all important things to do. Like, I could probably kill him, but in the off chance I don't, I want to be in the best position possible. So we're adding these units on. I still have the Disruptor to play with. He has... Those tanks are actually in a mediocre position in that they're in front here. So... This means we can push forward, get the force fields out. I have a Disruptor, but I've just built the unit composition I need to take it home here. We're going to get on top. Like I said, we want to hit them before the Liberators, right? I think we've succeeded at that. As you can see, the Liberators, once he has enough Medivacs, he really wants to go for those Liberators. You got to be careful that your AI doesn't screw up on the Liberators either. So.
I have met the end. Game ended. Replay saved.
Wow. He went for a Banshee is a really weird choice. For Terran players out there, the Banshee doesn't get you very many advantages. There are very few situations in which you get a Banshee that either a Liberator or a Medevac would not have been better. Liberator can outrange pylons. It doesn't require research to become effective. And it's good for zone control. And it doesn't require a tech lab. Where a Banshee requires a tech lab, if you want to actually make it very useful, you probably have to research Cloak, which is another 100 gas, and it doesn't outrange pylons. So the Banshee choice was one of the biggest mistakes he made that game. It's not a huge deal, but it definitely didn't help.